Okay, well, we are going to look at and react to the 25th anniversary of BaoFang. This is a video is not currently up to date, but it's close. Now, I have learned a lot from this YouTuber and this channel that, and the link is in this link is in the description of the original video. So let's take a look a little bit at it because this guy, watching his videos helped me pass the test to get my license. Although I knew quite a bit before about physics, engineering, and electronics, but I learned so much more from this video. And by the way, here's my BaoFang UV5R. So let's see what he has to say.
25 years of legacy BaoFang. Radioddity reached out and they said, hey, we actually have a special limited edition BaoFang UV5R for the 25th anniversary, and would I be interested in taking a look? The answer is yes, so let's do that now. All right, the 25th anniversary BaoFang comes in this box. Humility as our foundation, progress as our edge. BaoFang Electronics, 25 years dedicated to radio. Now, my first BaoFang I got in 2012 or 2013, I'm guessing. And I loved it for its cost, right? That's reasons why I made so many videos about it, is because I thought it was a great entry point into amateur radio. Now, there's a letter that comes along with this, so let's take a look at this. In 2001, the mission. So there's a 10-year gap here on your resume, but it says, founded with a simple yet enduring goal to make radio communications accessible to everybody. That's a great, business statement kind of thing, and they achieved that. And it was 10 years before the UV5R came out. Well, I'm sure there's stuff that happened here, but it's not on the list. UV5R makes its debut, breaking down industry barriers and becoming the go-to radio for operators worldwide. I think that's a true statement, just because of how cost-effective it was. 40 million units sold from 2011 to 2025. I wonder how many of those I'm responsible for selling. The UV5R is recognized as one of the most influential radios of the 21st century. Let's see, the homage in 2026, return to the roots with a limited edition. 5,000 sets of these radios exist, and there is 2 models of this. I have one particular colorway. There's multiples. Unique identity, identifying serial numbering, and a metal badge. A thank you card, created especially for you, and simple by design, reliable by promise. Wow, that's really nice. Wow, very cool. Yeah, I think this is actually pretty nice. Like I said, I don't know what happened in that first 10 years, but I believe them. I'm sure that they were working on other radios and whatnot. But yeah, it comes in this plastic case, blow molded, injected molded. I think it's blow molded. But yeah, it's actually foam cased. So here you go, 2-way radio, series user manual. I don't think this is a special user manual in any capacity. It is not. I'm just checking here. I want to make sure we don't skip over anything. Traditional BaoFang charger, wired charging capability in the box. Here's that metal. So this is the BaoFang 25-year anniversary. Somebody commented, they're like, you totally obliterated that baggie, because I just take these and I rip them, because I'm going to throw this out. I'm not going to keep the baggie. It's foam. It's a foam case. I'm just going to put it back in a case. But anyway, let's see. What does that say? BaoFeng, BaoFang in Morse code. 25-year anniversary. That's kind of cool. Maybe I'll throw that on my bag. I'm worried that yeah, this is pretty soft metal. I'm worried that this will fall off my bag if I go to Hamvention, so I think I'm going to skip over that. All right, so you got a battery. Now, the battery is black.
Can fix that.
Kind of, I don't want to be rude here, but maybe a missed opportunity, because they went all out on everything else. Okay, so this is the antenna for this. The antenna is matching transparent orange. And if you've ever wondered what's in the BaoFang antenna, if you haven't opened it up yourself, there's a
Oh yeah, you see a little capacitor? That's that little orange uh, circular piece right there. Obviously your antenna is going to be a coil. Now you have to have the right impedance for that.
That are in there, and there's a small coil of wire. And yeah, it is a flexible coil of wire.
In circuits, a coil is simply what we call an inductor, but it's also very important in radio.
To this whole thing. But orange, look at that! Look at that! That's exactly what I want. I do love it. And then, of course, it's a beautiful, transparent orange BaoFang. It says 25th on it! What number did I get? 4,209? That's the lowest number I could get? Oh, guys. I'm just kidding. Thank you for thinking of me. I do appreciate it. But yeah, let's see. Anything other special on here? Is there an FCC identifier of some kind that we can
right
tune in on? I know you guys love that. Oh yeah, FCC. 2AJGM UV5R. It's probably the same one. It's been forever. But yeah, there you go. We're gonna put the antenna on. We got real BaoFang hours happening here. 25th BaoFang 20. Whoa.
25th. Channel mode. See, most of it's the same. So it looks like the radio is simply the same as like mine, and he knows most everything about it. So the button that said the 25th now is going to be this button on the standard UV5R. Okay. Let's see what else he's got going.
Oh.
Nope, need that.
Yeah. Let's see if old Fred is listening. Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu doing a radio test. Anyone copy?
Sorry.
That band button. Never needed, but it's there. Well, let's go off frequency for a second, because you know what we got to do. 1, 4, 6, 3, 0, 0. Yep. Okay, well that works. Wouldn't be a BaoFang test if you didn't test the alarm. But yeah, there you go. God, what else can I say? It is a BaoFang. There is, let's continue with what else is in here. So we got our beautiful orange BaoFang, and then we got a headset. No programming cable, so supply your own programming cable. As always with all my BaoFang
Okay, so programming cable, that's what I have mine here. I usually leave it tied. It's, he knows more about it. Most of you know more about it, but that's, you have the USB. The other end of the cable is this type, which goes into the same port where your earpiece microphone would go into. And you have to use Chirp software, which you download on your computer. And it's so much easier to program that way because you can just type things in. It kind of looks like a spreadsheet type of thing. Doing it on this is a lot more tedious and annoying to do it manually to program your channels. But yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at what else.
videos, I have a recommended programming cable for this. You should totally get one if you don't have it. It is the best way to program BaoFangs and anything else that takes an FTDI chip. It's actually a 6 in one cable that you can use, and it is superior to all the other options. So I'll have a link in the video description for that. But I'm loving this antenna, actually. This is very sweet. Yeah, guys, 20 years of BaoFangs. It's pretty crazy. If you are interested in one of these BaoFangs, then I will have links in the video description. There's 5,000 total, and it's a clear colorway or this orange colorway. These things are going to be gone if they're not already gone. So make sure you get one now if you can. Anyway. All right, so we got some bad news, true believers. I did a spurious emissions test. I will first show you the BaoFang, right? The BaoFang Mini on the first harmonic, you can see it's right there. We're receiving the first harmonic 293.04 at negative 26 dB. That's with a 40 dB internal attenuation applied. So that's within spec, right? It's got to be under negative 16, right? Or 40 dB difference from the fundamental, which we're not even at that point. Unfortunately, it fails beforehand. So let me swap this out to the BaoFang, my orange BaoFang, the UV5R. Okay, so orange BaoFang. Let's throw the power at it, and negative 9, almost 10, negative 10 dB. Lowest is negative 8. So that needs to be under negative 16, and it is not. So yeah, that's not passing. And so for reference, if we go back to 146.520, which is the fundamental frequency, and we transmit, it's at 34.5 dBm, which is exactly what we expect, right? So that's a 5-watt output radio. And let me put the Mini back on now so you can see the difference, but it's going to be the same. So that first harmonic, that is the thing that we want to suppress. We don't want to see that at higher than negative 16. So with the Mini, yeah, 34.58, solid. So again, if we go back up to 293, what was that? 293.04. And key up. You can see it. It's small, but it's there. Watch it go away. And then again, and take it away, the base is negative 34, 35, 38. And when you key down, it's negative 25, 24. And you can see differences between different radios. So if I go grab another radio, you can see what it does. But let me throw the BaoFang back on there so you guys understand what the math is here. Negative 16 dB, it's like 16.05 or something along those lines. But yeah, there it is. Dirty. So this is a fail, actually. This is a failing radio. Sad, but true. I always love dragging this out whenever I can. The top pod. This is going to be another failing radio. So 146.52, right? So I love showing this radio when I can. So we're on that first harmonic, 293 megahertz. Ready? So 26 dBm. That's the second. That's the first harmonic. That's how much power it's putting out. It's almost as though it's not filtering anything. That's so bad. All right. I love that radio. Demonstration purposes, that radio is just the best. So here's a dark, the business casual BaoFang Mini. Let's key up. And yeah, it's there, right? It's there. You can see it. Negative 20, 23, 24. And then it goes back up, shoots back up to 30. So yeah, it's there. There's the first harmonic is there, but it's within range. Because if you take negative 25 and you get the difference between them, 146, nope, that's not it. So what was it? Negative 25-ish. Lock in, and 33. So 33, difference between 33, 32, and negative 25 is well beyond 40 dB. So that's a pass too. So that's the math. That's how you do it. Well, I went and snagged another BaoFang. So this is the GT5R, right? Which I think is also available on the Radiodity website. If it is, I'll link it.
The GT5R dual band. Well, they're all dual band, but this one's probably gonna work better because, well, let's find out.
But same thing. I'm gonna have this on 146.520, and we're on the first harmonic, right? Which is generally where you see spurs on things like a BaoFang. Anyway, so here we go. Transmitting. Nothing. This one's very clean. Very, very clean radio. And yeah, it's there. .52. And sure enough, yeah, 33.5 dBm, which is about 5 watts out. Yeah, so that works. FYI. There are clean BaoFangs out there, I promise. So maybe think of this more as a collector's item. I don't know. It doesn't pass FCC standards, sadly, but yeah. So honestly, a fun little bit of nostalgia, this UV5R with the...
Oh. Okay, so you see what he has there? He has, there's a different antenna that he installed on it. Well, they come with different ones. That one came with it, but like this one, and you can buy the antenna like that. Now, the antennas are meant to, they're coils, but traditionally, when you would do an antenna, you'd want it either quarter wavelength, half wavelength, or full wavelength, usually a quarter wavelength. Of the length of the antenna be about a quarter wavelength of what you want to receive. Now, since these have quite a range, they just got to use a coil antenna, and there's a lot of math behind that too. Impedance matching for antennas is an interesting thing as well, because you have to look at the permeability and permittivity of free space, right? So that means you have to compensate for space in general, not atmosphere, not air, although that's something you have to do in a separate issue. So keep that in mind. That goes into a whole other subject about when they talk about 0-point energy, and that's a very controversial subject, but that's something else.
Specialty livery, the orange or the clear. This is going for $29.99 over at Radioddity. And to be honest with you, you can't really get this colorway anyway else. So for that alone, it's worth the cost. Also, the antenna, I think, yeah, not any different than that though. It is a bog standard BaoFang, exactly what I would expect. These go for about $17 on Amazon for just the black model. So the fact that you can get one of these in this colorway is really what you're paying for, and I think that's...
Well, so we got to see some of that. Now, one thing I did that has given me a lot of success is when I remove the antenna, I bought an adapter, and I'll show you that here. I set it down just a moment ago. Find it. Oh, I'm terrible at this stuff. So okay. Anywho, I had an adapter I just took off while I was watching this video, and I set it down and I dropped it. So that's typical me. Always messing things up like that. I think it's in there somewhere. Okay. Anywho, I had success with this. And I would attach it to my coaxial cable, which goes to my television antenna. And I just hook it up right up to my BaoFang. And it works if I can just keep my stuff in order here. But, well, anyways, I am grateful for his channel, and he has helped. I learned a lot from watching that and other channels as well. And that's for the UV5R. So I really wish I could find it. I just had it and I just dropped it. I know you got things to do. You don't have to listen to me ramble and try to find things that I'm losing. That's okay. But thank you. And anyways, I had my coaxial all the way from my antenna, which is on my roof. It's a horizontal antenna that's usually for television or VHF, UHF, mostly VHF. So your normal television broadcasts are roughly around 100 megahertz to almost 1,000 megahertz, which is almost 1 gigahertz, maybe like the 900 megahertz range. And those, so that's why you see the antennas. They have different lengths of antennas horizontally, so they can compensate for the different frequencies and wavelengths of all these channels. So that's really great. Well, thank you for your time. Remember, I'm more Undo Meow on YouTube and X. I'm always covering something random all the time, something else. So just remember, be nice and be nice to each other, and I hope everything works out. And enjoy. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.